Now this boat has a live well in the front and in the back. And when we were out fishing the last time, I was just looking all over inside the boat to figure out where in the world this water is coming in from. I happened to just bump the hose that's connected to this live well pump, and it fell right off. So it was actually broke right here on the nipple. The hose was still attached here, so when I was looking at it I couldn't see anything, and I just bumped the hose and it fell off. So this was cracked all around here and just barely holding on. But until I actually touched it, that's when I actually found out this is where the water is coming in. This is what the new live well pump looks like, and this is the part right here that was broken on my old one. So I'll be replacing that live well pump with this Rule 401C Tournament Series pump. I'll put a link in the description below on how to buy this off of Amazon. Have it show up at your doorstep in 1 to 2 days. Things with installing one of these live well pumps, you'll see how long this threaded shaft is. Now some people will cut this off and then install it and find out that they cut too much. That's a huge problem. Now there's a couple different ways you can do this. You can insert this through the hole, tighten this nut up, and then let's say you have a strainer, which is going to be something like this. You just cut, you mark it with a black marker, or if you have room, the best way is to install this, put the nut on, and if you have room, get in there with a hacksaw and cut it off while it's installed. Most people don't have that room. So you install this, put the nut on, and if you have a strainer like this, come out about a 1/2 inch, put a black mark with a Sharpie, remove this, and then cut it off. Last thing you want to do is measure with a tape measure, or maybe even you can use your old one and kind of measure that way as well. But you want to take your time before you make that cut, because if you cut it too short, you're pretty much done. So we'll go ahead, I'm going to install this into the hole, tighten the nut up, mark it with a Sharpie, remove it, cut it off, then put the strainer on. So there you can see I have the nut on, and you see how much of that threaded piece is sticking out. Now you can take a Sharpie, mark that off where you need it, remove it, and then cut it. Now you know you're definitely not going to cut it short. And there you can see it mounted on the inside. Once I get it fully mounted, then all I have left to do is connect that hose. Alright, so I've got the nut onto the hull, and then I have that screen screwed onto the threaded shaft. So this thing is all done. So let's take a look inside. The aerator pump right there. As you can see, I've got the hose on and the hose clamp. I've got the positive and negative wires coming off of it. I've got those connected as well. I'm going to go ahead and hit the aerator switch and make sure it works. And you might be able to hear it a little bit. It's pretty quiet, but it is running. Project complete. The new live well pump is in. Now I'm going to wait at least 48 hours for all that silicone to dry. So I put silicone on the inside, I put it on the threads, and I put it on the outside as I thread that nut into the hull. So I got silicone outside, threads, inside. I have that rubber washer that goes on the inside of the hull. I have the locking nut on the outside, and then I just have my strainer on there. That strainer is not holding it on. It's just screwed on to filter in debris when you pump the water into the live well. Now just remember, you can use silicone. I would not use latex caulk. 100% silicone is going to be the best thing to use. And wait 48 hours before you take your boat out. If your buddy calls and says, hey, they're biting, say, dude, I gotta wait for that silicone to dry. 48 hours, take the boat out, check for leaks. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.